Run.
Hey, what is up, guys? Everyday Exercise here, and I'm finally bringing you episode 2 of Real Life Safety. It's been a while, definitely since the last episode. Now, before we get started, I wanted to go over some things that are happening just so you guys can stay up to date. System Test 6 is going to be coming out pretty soon. I have the alarms, just some hiccup that came up with one of the alarms. One of the strobes aren't working, and it's really annoying, but I don't know. It's an alarm that a lot of people enjoy, but one of the strobes isn't working on one of them. So if you guys are fine with having a broken strobe, I mean, there's still going to be another strobe working, but if you're fine with a broken strobe, then just leave that in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and upload the system test, next day as soon as I can. So that video that you saw at the beginning was actually a fire drill that took place at my school in 2015, and I never really got it into one of these videos, but it's finally time for it to shine. So really there's not many alarms in that video. It's just that Gentex Commander 3 that they recently replaced, and then you can hear some other alarms in the background. That Gentex Commander replaced an old Edwards horn that used to be there, and I actually saw the test being initiated. It was initiated by a Edwards 270 SPO that's right next to the panel, and the panel is an FCI 7200 in red, and it's like really cool and like really big, and it always has a bunch of troubles on it. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So yeah, I'm gonna roll the clip.
It's crossing the street. Ooh, rebel. Why not? Okay.
Alright, so yeah, that video clip was kind of long. I actually cut about 5 or 4 minutes out of it. You could see the 7200 at the end with a NAC extender. I believe there's one at the bottom and there's another one at the top, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that panel has been in trouble a lot recently, like a bunch of spare parts that have been changed and other NAC extenders that have been either fixed or serviced or whatever. But everything is good now. There's no more troubles, and it seems to be working fine. We haven't had a fire drill in quite a long time. But sadly, almost all the 9838s that were on the system have been replaced by Potter Selecta horns. They're not even strobes. They're just horns, and it's like, okay, well, sad face. And there are a few simplex electromechanical horns. Actually, no, it's the mechanical. No, not electromechanical. Just like mechanical horn versions. They're still around. There's like 2 left. And in the new building, there are Wheelock ASs and BG12Ss behind stoppers. So now I'm going to show you guys a quick collage of a bunch of pictures I took. Some of these I took today. Actually, the ones that I saved today, I might save for a future episode because I don't know how much time we're running. We're running about 4 or 5 minutes now. So yeah, we still have some time. yeah, but let's play the pictures. Look at this beauty of a system. Okay, so I walked into this hotel type thing. It used to be this like residential apartment complex or whatever, and they turned it into a hotel because it was later bought by this like big company. But look at this setup. This is pretty much what they had around all the building, for what I could tell. It's Edwards adapter-horns, and my photo's really blurry on my computer right now. So let me just up the resolution, and that appears to be a 270 SPO. Right below that, they're mounted pretty high up, but that's expected of a system this age. And then we have what looks like to be an older Wheelock vertical strobe, like the type that you see on some MTs. So it's really nice system. And then we have an exit sign here. Don't know what type it is. It reminds me of probably like a Sherlights or a Lithonia unit, but I'm not really sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next photo. Right, this is the control panel. It is an EST LSS1. I don't know much about this panel like at all, but it is definitely a newer panel, probably within the last 10 years, because it does have the new EST logo instead of the older Edwards logo. This panel is missing a lock. I'm not sure what that's about. I didn't really get a close-up of the inspection tag. I'm sorry about that. But it's just a really basic panel for what I can tell. It looked like to be a card-based panel, but I really could not tell. I didn't really want to get close to it as there were people there. But yeah, it's a very interesting panel. I've never seen one, but I guess now I have. Maybe some of you will know more about this panel. I know it's like very not zoomed in at all in this photo. I have it pulled up on another monitor. Once again, it is an EST LSS1. So pretty interesting looking panel, I have to say. But let's move on to the next one. Right, so the next photo is actually a video. It's just basically a tiny video of me explaining what I just explained. But there's some interesting system sensor smoke detectors that I talk about in this video. They look like the 2400 series, and they look to be from the same age, but they have like a different grill, and it looks really weird. I found some really weird detectors in the apartment complexes near my complex. You know, it's some really old systems. These buildings are from the mid 70s ish, and then had well, my building had a remodel in the 90s because, well, Wheelock MTs. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and roll the video. It's probably like, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds long. And then we'll continue going with the pictures. I'm looking at the photos library right now. And looks like the next photos are going to be of a car crash that happened right in front of my building. And I got to watch the cops respond and everything. It was really awesome. And my bus driver even had to get off of the bus because the way was blocked and it was like a big mess. But yeah, enough of my rambling. Let's see the video. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Everyday Design, and we're in this residential place here. Really nice place. Look at this. This is an Edwards LSS1 fire alarm panel with no lock in it. Right? Then we have these system sensor smokes. I'm not sure what exactly they are. And then there's a sprinkler elevator. And then adapter horn down there. Hold on. Alrighty, so here are the photos of the accident. There's this resort that's right in front of where I live, and these people, they cross the street all the time. There's no crosswalk nearby, and so, you know, one of the drivers must have gotten distracted or something. See, let's roll the next picture. Yeah, here we go. So it looks like there was 3 cars involved, and in a little bit I'm just gonna give you like one more photo, and then we can watch how the cops respond to this situation. It's really cool that I got to see this video, or I got to take this video more like. Alright, so let's roll it. Alright, so the video, it keeps going on for longer than that, but I figured you guys aren't really interested in that. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start showing some more alarms here. I have some of when I went to Miami Beach, and I have a few. I have some exit signs, I have some spectre alerts, a bunch of stuff. A bunch of expired like fire extinguishers and stuff. There's one that expired like 2 years ago, and they still haven't gotten a new inspection. But yeah, and I also got this really cool clip of a building that was under construction, and I was driving by, and they were testing the fire alarm system. I couldn't really tell what they were, but it was probably some new alarm, probably Spectre Alert Advance or Relock NS, AS. ZNS, Exceeder, something like that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and roll these pictures. Alright, so in this photo here, we have a Lithonia Quantum series to the left, and we have what looks like a generic exit sign. I really didn't remember seeing any model on it, or name brand or anything. And then in the center of this kind of tunnel thing, there is an old emergency light. It's really yellowed, and there's cobwebs all over, and it's really disgusting. It's been outside for a while, let me tell you that. So that's photo one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, so in this photo we have another view of that Lithonia Quantum to the right, and to the left we have, well, you guys all know what it is. It's the Spectre Alert Advanced, but this one is waterproof, or weatherproof rather, and it is a speaker strobe, and that's what they have all over this building. It was very, very old building, and I cannot remember what they had there the last time I was there. The last time I was there was probably 5 to 7 years ago, and all I know is that they definitely had something else, and I'm thinking vibratones. Like, that's what keeps popping up in my head is vibratones, but I'm probably never gonna know for sure. There's no trace of any like old alarms. It was a complete renovation. They did everything, and yeah. So let's see, what else do we have coming up next? We have some more exit signs and things like that. So let's check them out. Alright, here's the next photo. We can see here that generic LED exit sign, which doesn't appear to be working, not a surprise. And then we have a better view of this unknown emergency light. This appears to be like another generic incandescent emergency light. If you look real closely at the bulbs, or rather like the reflectors of the bulbs, they seem to be painted instead of reflective chrome, which is a dead giveaway that it is something that is generic and that is not really name brand. So yeah, they cheaped out a little bit on emergency lights and exit signs, but they still managed to pass the building inspection. So yeah, that's that. What else do we have coming up next? We have a sort of freight elevator, so let's look at that. Alright, so we can see this is in a kind of like closed off area here. This freight elevator was in kind of a little mini riser room. I mean, there was a few sprinkler valves in there, and an expired fire extinguisher. And I saw a system sensor 2400 series detector in there as well. So this looks like, I think it was an old Otis. I don't remember anybody using it, so I couldn't really see any logos on the inside or anything. But yeah, from what I can tell, it's probably something like an old Otis. This looks pretty old. I mean, I'd say 50s, but I think that might be a little too early, especially for this building. Um, but yeah, so let's see. What do we have coming up next? We have. Ooh, this is an exit sign that was inside of the room, so I kind of went daredevil and went inside, even though I wasn't really supposed to, and I saw this really, really cool combo unit, which is definitely modern, but has been severely yellowed already. So let's take a look. Alrighty, guys, there's that really nice looking combo. I really like this unit, and I would like to have one of these someday. Um, you could see some wires up there. I have no idea what those were going to. I can't remember those being there. So this is a very, very yellowed unit. This is kind of in that outdoor area. You can tell this room where that freight elevator was seen is pretty outside. It's pretty exposed to the elements. And this thing is just, yellowed kind of like everything else does when it doesn't age properly. But, sadly, that's going to be all for this episode. I have a lot more for next episode, so if you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe for more content. But yeah, that is about it for me.